Hello, greetings. So this is a video about Patreon because I talk about Patreon a lot and it's something that's very important to me and my future maybe in Patreon. But it's something that people seem to struggle with the idea of. So I'm going to talk about Patreon for a little while, maybe a long while. I'm going to try and keep this short, but I get passionate. The other thing is that also I'm kind of, I don't know if it's a good idea to be filming videos at the moment because I'm sleep deprived and food deprived, and it's kind of making me slightly manic. I'm not sure whether that improves my videos or makes them more interesting or just makes them shite, really. Maybe give me some polite feedback in the comments. Polite feedback only though, please. I've got a wobbly stand as well, so with that. So Patreon, P-A-T-R-E-O-N. I'll put a link below. Patreon is a site, a social media thing, which is like YouTube. But it was set up by a musician who felt very strongly that creative people, musicians, not just musicians, but thinkers, educators, entertainers, should be rewarded for their output. And YouTube used to reward people for their output, but it doesn't really now. I guess there's some ways in which it probably still can, but it's not really that effective. So Patreon, I think, is great. So I discovered it through a couple of people that I follow on YouTube. Hell, I'll give them a plug because I think they're good. So Mind and Magic is one of the ones that I follow, and Psychology in Seattle is another one that I follow. They're both brilliant, very entertaining. If you're interested in therapy or psychology, then Psychology in Seattle is a good one. It's kind of similar but different to kind of some of the stuff that I offer in a way. And it's very entertaining, it's very down to earth. Mind and Magic is looking more at occult subjects and that kind of thing. And occult subjects is one of the things I want to do some videos on. Not because I believe in stuff and I want you to believe in it, but because I'm interested in beliefs and I'm interested in different practices and different ideas and how they all tie together and how we might look at them, how we might think of them. We might think of them psychologically, we might think of them spiritually. So I'm going to do some stuff on that. So they're two people that I followed on YouTube, fantastic presenters, very entertaining, who also have Patreon channels, and on their YouTube videos they put little plugs in for the Patreon channel. And sometimes they'll start a YouTube video and say, right, if you want to see the rest of it, you have to sign up for Patreon to watch the rest, or they might do a part one and then that's on Patreon. That's kind of what I'm doing. Okay, so the thing about Patreon is it's not for free. You have to pay to view, but you don't have to pay very much to view. It's a voluntary amount, and it can be as little as $1 a month. That's an American dollar because it's an American thing. So you sign up to Patreon. I'll put the link below. You have to also be a member of PayPal because that's how you pay people, how you pay the contributors. And I would really appreciate if you would sign up to my Patreon channel, and it will help me, obviously, but it will mean that I can put more energy and effort into producing videos, more time, and hopefully better production, because my videos are kind of, I like to say, kind of homely. I mean, I was rewatching some of the ones I've shot earlier tonight, and there's kind of junk and things in the background. So I would like to make them better. Not lose the homely edge, but make them better and make more of them and be more prolific and cover more subjects. Some of the subjects will be lighter, some of the subjects will be heavier. I want to do some really serious stuff. You know, I work in my day job at the moment is working in the field of sexual harm. So I help in various ways, working with individuals, working with victims, working with perpetrators. I help reduce sexual harm, and there's some really important things I'd like to share about that. I'd like to share some videos about the role of pornography, how it's distorting the behaviours and the views of young people. I'd like to produce some. I'm really looking forward to doing a video for young guys who've not had sex before, busting all the myths, all the nonsense that's talked about sex, and giving them a really real, down-to-earth idea of what to expect and how to behave. So that's the kind of thing I want to do. So if you sign up as patrons, that's what it's called. If you sign up, then you become a patron, as in a patron of the arts. I've been described as an artist in some circles. So the other thing is that there's a kind of often an altruistic side to Patreon, in that people kind of set goals and thresholds, so that they say, if I get X amount of patrons, people that sign up, then I will do X. So some people do make a lot of money from Patreon. It's a residual income that comes in. And if that happens to me, and I'm lucky enough and privileged enough for that to happen, then one of the things I'd like to do is consider a bursary, so people that can't afford psychotherapy can get cheaper psychotherapy. Other things like that. Also, people that sign up as patrons will get discounts on the therapy. So the therapy that I offer, you can look at my website, I'll be down in the links below. I specialise in something called retroactive jealousy, but also a number of other things as well. Quite obscure topics, and often quite stigmatised areas where people find it difficult to get help. So if you sign up, you get a discount on the therapy that I offer. And as a patron, you get special privileges in that you can message me and request things. So you can request videos, or if I do a long rambling video like this and you want me to be more specific and clarify a particular point, then I can. Or if I've touched on a subject, and often I stray onto some of my other interests. If I've touched on the subject that interests you and you want me to produce a video on it, then I will. Now clearly I'm not going to do videos on things that are beyond my interest or my scope. I'm not going to do stuff on nuclear fission or anything like that, but it's quite a wide range. So what I would really like you to do is to look at the link below, visit my Patreon channel. If you're not on PayPal, sign up for PayPal, and you can sponsor me for as much or as little as you like. You can give me hundreds if you want to, and I won't discourage you from doing that. But all you have to do is pledge $1 American per month, and that gives you exclusive access. I have a technical problem at the moment, in that I'm having some difficulty posting stuff on Patreon. So some of the stuff that will be exclusive is actually available on YouTube, because it's easier to post it on YouTube first and then put it onto Patreon. But that will change. The other thing I hope to help is I've got a fantastic techie, somebody that helps me with stuff, because I have numeric dyslexia, so I struggle a lot with technology and that kind of thing. So I've got a fantastic techie in, but the only problem with him is he's on a different continent, which makes things a little bit difficult. And because my budget is very tight, I can only pay him very limited number of hours. So so if I were to get more patrons and more money coming in, I could pay for more technical support, which means that things are a lot smoother, so that the content that's on Patreon is exclusive, and from the very start it will be exclusive. It'll be on YouTube for a very short while, then it'll be taken off as I sort things out. And things are kind of clunky at the moment. Things will become much more smooth, and probably won't ever go as far as being slick, but they'll be a lot more professional. And probably what I'll do as well is reshoot some of the less good quality videos, take some stuff down, so that things get better and better. And some of the subjects that I will do will be very deep dives into quite complex subjects, but making them simple, making them interesting, bringing in enlightenment. So I've spoken for far too long, because this is supposed to be a short video. You probably tuned out by now, and if you've tuned out by now, you probably won't sign up for Patreon. So I'm going to shut up. But please, if you love me, or if you like what I do, or if you've seen my website, or if you've seen my videos on YouTube or on Facebook or anything like that, please sign up as a Patreon for just $1 a month. That's all I ask. Pay hundreds if you like, but just $1 a month is all I'm asking, and I promise you I will provide some content which is different. Okay, it will be different to the normal kind of videos that you get, a bit different approach, kind of different sense of humour, and sometimes I will be recording things in the middle of the night and going slightly manic and woohoo. So I'm going to stop now. They're about to kind of come and drag me away anyway, and I probably need to finish recording videos tonight and go and eat and sleep. So thank you if you're about to sign up, if you're about to join me on Patreon. Heartfelt thanks, because this enables me to do what I'm passionate about, and I will look forward to a long and fruitful Patreon relationship with you. Thank you very much. God bless.